Would you like to hear about the worst first date ever that ever happened? If you are looking for the most popular celebrity couple in the world right now, then you need look no further than the one and only Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It is safe to say that these two have established themselves as the most epic dating disaster. It would appear that the Queen herself is not doing anything to hide her hand. It all started on a casual Sunday at a Chiefs game, where an unexpected turn of events unfolded right in front of our very eyes. Hush hush, no longer. Taylor, the Queen of Pop, made an unexpected appearance in the midst of the cheers and excitement that her fans were experiencing. She had no idea that fate had something even more unexpected in store for her on that particular day, but that was just the beginning of this roller coaster ride. You have to understand that on the same day, Travis Kelce, who is a devoted fan of Taylor Swift, was on a mission, and you can bet your bottom dollar that he was imagining ways to attract her attention. The only thing that could be considered a negative aspect of this circumstance is the fact that he was unable to get her attention. His disappointment at not being able to meet Taylor Swift at her concert was palpable. He had missed the opportunity to encounter her. In spite of this, the universe opened yet another door on Kelce's face immediately after it had closed the first one earlier. Due to the fact that Travis was not going to let his opportunity pass him by without a fight, he made a courageous move and attempted to give Tay his identification number. But how was he able to accomplish that? In any case, all that was required was to make a friendship bracelet and affix his phone number to it. Are you not of the opinion that it was a very astute move? In spite of the fact that Kelce was successful in acquiring the bracelet, the plan was ultimately unsuccessful. The tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs decided to take a chance and openly share his feelings on his brother's podcast after the event was over, despite the fact that he had missed the opportunity to attract Swift's attention. In his ignorance, he had no idea that this spur-of-the-moment confession would turn out to be his golden ticket to meeting his hero. So, let's be honest. The chances of Travis being the one to attract her attention were extremely low, considering the fact that there were millions of die-hard Taylor fans competing for her attention. To a negligible degree, no. After the first date between Travis and Taylor was unsuccessful, Travis was able to make a second attempt at courting Taylor, despite the overwhelming odds that were against him. And what do you think? 2 dates turned into 3, and before you knew it, they were off on their own romantic roller coaster. 1 date turned into 2, and 2 dates turned into 3. The only thing that was going on here was that the Travis couple had kept everything a secret for such a long time that not a single person, not even the ever-vigilant paparazzi or the despicable Swifties, had any idea that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were beginning to develop a romantic relationship. To put it another way, until fate made its decision to play its hand on a typical Sunday evening. The game was a typical Chiefs game, and the cameras were moving through the crowd. All of a sudden, Taylor Swift appeared out of nowhere. There she was, snugly ensconced in Travis's jacket. As a true supporter of the team, she was standing right next to his mother, Donna Kelce, and cheering for them. Now, if that isn't the most insane turn of events, we don't know what else could possibly be. The fact that the two lovers left the game in Travis's convertible was another factor that contributed to the widespread discussion that ensued after the game. Although I am not sure about the rest of you, that unquestionably strengthened their newly discovered romantic relationship. Everyone was aware that there was a great deal more going on behind the scenes than any of us could have ever imagined at this point in time. There is a possibility that you might believe that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wanted to keep their relationship a secret, but boy, were we wrong. In comparison to Taylor Swift's previous relationships, Travis is a completely different animal. Unfortunately for Swifties, we are going to call him Joe Alwyn. Travis is a completely different animal. Just 4 weeks after they made their first public appearance together, they went from being private to being overly public with their affection for one another. When it comes to expressing his feelings for Taylor, Travis does not show any reluctance at all, from giving her tender kisses to holding her hand in front of the paparazzi. It is completely clear that Travis is completely dedicated to the relationship. It's not just that both Taylor and Travis are big on making time for each other despite their hectic schedules. They've even gone so far as to make plans for adorable dates in the middle of Taylor's tour, and even traveled all the way across the world just to be by each other's side. The unspoken issue is the one thing that we really need to talk about, despite the fact that all of that sounds like it could be romantic. When it comes to dating, Travis does not fit Taylor's typical profile, despite the fact that he has strong feelings for her. If you take a look at Taylor's past relationships, you will notice a pattern: she falls in love with people who are creative. Individuals such as Joe Alwyn, Taylor Lautner, Jake Gyllenhaal, Tom Hiddleston, Harry Styles, John Mayer, and Calvin Harris are all members of the acting or musical communities. It is then that Travis, the charismatic and charming athlete who has a substantial contract worth $57 million, presents himself. Despite the fact that he is so adorable, Travis stands out significantly from the other romantic partners that Taylor has had in the past. So, is Travis just a rebound from her relationship with Joe Alwyn, which was extremely private until recently? A little over a year has passed since Taylor and Travis first began to garner attention as a couple's relationship. Naturally, we are all eagerly anticipating the next step in the process. What is the likelihood that Travis will finally get down on one knee and say those enchanted words, "Marry me"? Juliet, let's get down to the minute details. We hear directly from Travis, as well as from his mother, Donna Kelce, who has been an unwavering supporter of him. Donna made an effort to maintain her composure when CNN inquired about the possibility of Taylor and Travis walking down the aisle in the near future. However, she did not completely dismiss the idea. Rather, she played the classic "it's up to them" card, highlighting the fact that Travis would reveal the truth to her at the appropriate moment. There is a clear indication that Dawn has a soft spot for Taylor. Let's move on to Travis's perspective. It was at a press conference for the Super Bowl that he made his initial foray into the realm of marriage-related topics or discussions. As he was concentrating on his game and not paying attention to anything else, a nosy reporter asked him the question that would change his life forever. Besides the Super Bowl I ring, he inquired as to whether Kelce had any other ring plans in the works. Travis, being the professional that he is, dismissed it with ease and assured everyone that he has his sights set on the big game. However, this is not the only instance in which we have heard the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs discuss the topic of marriage. It would appear that Travis Kelce has been changing his tune as of late, as he has recently taken a break from the Wedding Whispers podcast in order to discuss basketball with his brother on the New Heights podcast. Recently, he has been using some colorful language to describe NBA player Victor Wembanyama, comparing him to a lab-grown diamond that was brought all the way from France. After that, he continued by saying that he couldn't look forward to the day when he would have his very own lab-grown child. Naturally, at that precise instant, his brother Jason Kelce had to apply the brakes, and somebody had to caution Travis not to add fuel to the fire of the conspiracy theorist. The problem was that it was already too late. That particular segment of the podcast quickly became extremely popular on the internet. However, the reason that these clips are gaining such a large amount of popularity in recent times is because of the growing closeness that exists between Taylor and Travis. Following an eventful year that was jam-packed with accomplishments, our dynamic duo made the decision to take a break and bask in the sun on the tranquil paradise that is Harbor Island, which is located in the Bahamas. It is possible that you do not have a vacation budget that is comparable to theirs. However, you do not need to worry about this because we have all the juicy details that will bring a taste of that luxury lifestyle a little bit closer to home. Swift appeared to be reveling in the warmth of the sun over Harbor Island while wearing her summer bikini, which was absolutely stunning. Their vacation was like something out of a romantic novel, complete with sips of drinks sitting by the water's edge, unplanned dips in the crystal clear waters, and breathtaking scenery, not to mention the passionate kissing that took place. It is important to note that this was not Taylor's first trip to the island in 2022. She had previously traveled there with Joe Alwyn, who also happened to be her ex-boyfriend at the time. Despite the fact that Taylor, the guest, has a strong preference for vacations in the Bahamas, let's not dwell on the past. Regardless of their past, there was no denying the undeniable chemistry that existed between Taylor and Travis. Eyewitnesses were unable to tear their gaze away from the happily married couple who were constantly laughing and taking pleasure in each other's company. In the event that you, like us, are a sucker for ocean vibes, this vacation was pure romantic magic in 100 different shades. Following their time in the Bahamas, it would appear that Taylor and Travis traded in their beachy vibes for the coziness of their evenings at home. Their days were filled with endless movie marathons and exciting game nights. Given everything that happened, including the bracelet and the fiasco, it's possible that the Sweezy couple's dating journey did not get off to the smoothest possible start. On the other hand, it appears that they have both managed to get the perfect tune in their singing. In light of this, what are your thoughts on the developing relationship between Travis and Taylor? Post your thoughts in the comments section below.